Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw Tips and Tricks. Somebody sent me this really bad picture, and they agree, and it's actually taken like at an angle, so the circle is not a circle. And they don't need help with the interior, which would be pretty easy, but could be a little difficult. They just needed help with this, and I think I nailed it pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an ellipse and draw an ellipse. And then just with my 3-point curve line, I'm going to try to kind of mimic that turn right here. So I'm just going to kind of go out to here and just kind of, it needs to be kind of more on that line, kind of like that. Let's look at that and see how that looks. You could always grab your shape tool. Let's actually bring it up a little bit and maybe curve this over with your handle, just a hair. We're going to call that good. Now, if we take this, we don't want to do anything right now, but we're going to I could weld that together, but I don't want to. I'm going to make it thicker. That might be a little bit too thick. Let's call that good. And you can kind of see where maybe my line is a little bit off, but that's where you could, because I haven't welded this. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and select it all and go up to object and convert the outline to an object. And then I'm going to left click, no fill, right click outline. And then I could tweak, and you could, if you had a better picture, you could put it right on top and kind of get it exactly. And they told me it didn't have to be perfect. So I'm going to get the shape tool and I'm going to try to grab that line and I'm going to actually rotate it from this point just a little bit. So it kind of coming off that line a little bit more. It's kind of hard to say what would look the best. Now what I'm going to do is select this, hit the plus key on the keyboard, and I'm going to move this down, kind of where I've got an even spot. Well, you know what? That's probably not going to work because I need this space just to be a little bit. So let's back up here. I still got that copy. I'll move it out of the way and I can make another one. Let's rotate that line again a little bit more. We kind of want it near that line. I think that's pretty good. And it could actually be uphill a little bit. So we could take it and grab that node and put it like right there and then rotate it again to kind of get it uphill. Kind of making these two lines, in my mind anyway, kind of joining that right there. That's perfect. Now what we can do is make a duplicate of that by hitting the plus key on the keyboard and then just manually moving it where you kind of have the same separation between those two. Now we could take the virtual segment delete key and delete that, delete that, delete that, delete that, and delete that. And what's going to happen, well, we're just going to see if it's going to work. We're going to take the Smart Fill tool, set on Get Gold, and that's pretty nice. And see what we got? That's pretty close. So now what we can do, and it's always the easiest thing to do, is just take another ellipse, and if you will start from that circle, because it should be still centerable, but hold down the control button. Whoop. Get the ellipse back. Start making an ellipse. Well, I guess because you know what, I'm just going to draw an ellipse and then put it in the center of that other one. See how it snapped to it? Now, if we hold down the shift key a little bit, or hold down the shift key and just move this a little bit, now we can take our Smart Fill tool and set it on black, and the whole thing's going to be black because of the fact that it's going to leak through that spot. I think that's pretty close. This might have a little bit more of a, my first one has a little bit more of a lip. So he's just going to have to play around with it. We could actually take the Smart Fill away, go ahead and put our line back, and you can actually take this and actually, well, I should have done it to the other one, but you could change this, depth to make it a little bit more up or down, and then just take your Smart Fill tool again and set it on black and I think you're going to be good to go. Anyway, hope that helped him a little bit. Thank you for watching.